Welcome to the Sean Bond Show on Wolf Spirit Radio. Broadcast on the fourth Monday of the month at 7 p.m. PST. Sean will take you through the astral byways and highways and bring you back home ready for the next show. Here's your host, Sean Bond.
Can you hear me, Jaypee?
Yeah, go ahead, you're on.
Okay. It's like weird difficulties. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about the delays, everyone. Welcome to the show. We have many things to talk about. Of course, not that much time, but it's okay. We just got back from vacation to Barbados, which was wonderful. There's so much to see. There's real amazing experience. We visited galactic historian Andrew Bartzis, and we did a whole bunch of cool going around sightseeing, planning, learned a whole bunch of stuff. He's super powerful. So yeah, and I learned how to heal myself in a whole bunch of new ways. We did a Kalima board, which, if you don't know, it's kind of like a colonic, or enema, but like comfortable with a board that you lay down on, and it clears a whole bunch of your internal intestines and organs of petrified waste and other stuff. And if I sound weird, it's because I'm getting a little sick. I felt like amazing after doing it. It felt like really cleared up. My energy field was opening up. I had like this fire hose of energy coming out of my hands and feet. There's an interesting experience that I'm going to do more of to clear myself of that internal petrification that anchors in portals for negative entities to put self-defeating programs in your body and limit your reality. A lot of people are dealing with that. Sometimes you have to do multiple in one each day in like multiple in a row. I plan on doing it 7 times a row to get to the black liquid in the deeper parts of the intestines that hold so many negative programs and limiters and sometimes even hell realms. If you can believe that, it's like a compacted pocket dimension full of outrageous numbers of negative beings that can be introduced into the body in many different ways through the system of domination control, such as a $1 cheeseburger at McDonald's. So clearing that out is intensely important to growing greater awareness, intuition, psychic abilities, dreaming, vision. All different types of stuff can be limited from the gut and the gut brain. So I can't stress the importance of that. So I'm sick because of my liver, which had a bit of clogged toxins in it. It's called auto-intoxication or toxema of the intestines, which will leak back out and then lower the immune system quite a bit, as well as a bunch of other symptoms. So that's why I'm sick right now, but still loving to do the show, and I'm here with Ryne. And
hello.
As I do more detoxing to clear out the rest of the toxins that are in my liver that are holding me back, and boy, are there a lot of entities that I'm getting, I'm clearing and cleaning of, and it feels very empowering even though I'm sick. So, as I introduce you more to Ryne, his meditation, with what time we have left, excuse me. We did a whole bunch of sightseeing, went to some sacred caves, a lot of spiritual work. Yeah, I'll leave it off with you, and I'm going to talk a little less today, but next time
we got to give
more.
Sean a break because he was horribly sick yesterday at the airport.
That was
got
awful.
a canceled flight as well.
Oh yeah, that was
horrible. The part of the journey. This is now. And I think since we had such a powerful experience, which applies to any experience, since we had such a powerful experience, I think it's most important if we actually ground it. Because what is an experience if it is not in memory? And to get something in memory is to get it in your bubble more, or in yourself more, so that you have an actual gaining of something that's not ephemeral and lost or temporal. You can make your experiences more part of your journey, so that it's momentum, all those moments. So I just would love to share what I've learned about doing that. All of the different steps we took, we interacted with mineral communities, places that are usually in the unseen realms, such as like deep down in caves that no one goes into, have a open channel to the people who are interacting on the surface in the seen world. Us, the people who have nothing, they're growing up nothing like that. Their environment is totally different than a underground that only sees darkness, because they put on, tours when you go to places. And there's an exchange of energy going on when you're going to these, different caves or going to mountaintops, different things like that. You're having an experience. They're teaching you, just as you're carrying your experience to them, they are also carrying their experience in the now moment too. And awareness of this is a gift to you if you want to not let life be ephemeral and temporal. Bringing all the parts of the journey to some sort of acceptance that it is there. There is a shadow that is there. It's not like you're scared of the shadow. If you want to live to your optimization, your life where you're in joy and you love everything, you no longer have problems, you don't care what your physical eyes around you are telling you, or within you are telling you, or mirrors of the other people. It's important to have the focus to make something a permanent, infinite connection.
As the train goes by.
Yeah, as the train goes by. So we're having a fire. After this, we're probably going to do a fire ceremony, or a little bit of speaking to the fire, sharing our journey to it, because we're really speaking to ourselves, our ancestors, everything around us. Anything and everything is energy, and we're all exchanging energy. It's a good word to use on the process of what we're actually doing here when we're in the now moment. Not everyone has the ability to have an easy access to the now moment. Like, let's say you're at your job and you have to be at your job at this certain time, or you have to put in this report or school exam at a certain date, or you have some sort of system which is enforcing this other version of time, which is a timeline. You don't really say it's infinite amount of time until I turn in that report that's due next week. So sometimes the system, always this system of domination and control and hierarchical order and people saying this debt is yours, is always going to be around you, getting you away from that realization of the infinite behind, or that is everything. So I'd like to bring some sort of stop to that train of time that all the other world is telling you that it's going, it keeps going, there's no stopping this train. It's real. Look at all the passengers on this train of time. Look around you. They're all checked in, you know. I'm going to take this moment and go ahead and stop that train. We're going to just press this button here. Boop. And you have the train of time stopped, for you know you are infinite, being born in this universe, on this planet, here. The one who experiences all the experiences through time, like all those past moments when you first learned, when you first saw fire for the first time, when you learned how multiplication works, addition, anything else. Those were all moments, but here we're in the now. And those happened in the now, whether we were aware of it, of the eternalness of it or not. We bring our awareness now, because this is the key, this now moment here. This is where we ground our experiences that we've had in all those other moments of this experience. I've had great changes in my reality because I choose to put myself more into the now during the moments of my journey, or the past week in Barbados. So having it in touch with this infinite now time moment, no time moment, I get to ground it by doing things like I'll write about it, or I can just even thinking about it. Anything you're looking at, you're drawing it in. You're looking at it. It's a connection like magnetism, or an eye looking right back at the eye. So when you recall what you've learned, that whatever made you laugh, all the jokes, this is making life easier on you. For whenever you recall being, or you don't even recall, you're just like, oh, I'm late. I'm really late. Oh shit, they're gonna probably think this or that, and these minds are gonna exchange energy of, this or that, and I'm projecting, but I don't, I have to because I have to work, or blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for infinite. So let's here and now open this spiritual court of equity of information exchange and the infinite experience, remembering its infinite state. From the beginning and end, there's no end to the ever-present. For this is how powerful we are, the beings of the now, the I-ams in their sort of technology, made from natural material, putting a spark of that infinite soul into the natural experience. And that natural incarnation, that body, you're that spark of the infinite coming into that natural thing that was created so that you can house yourself and have an experience. Manifest through other dimensions, such as third dimension, which having like this sort of experience of having the body separate, sense of separation, everything about it. The 3D language, the sounds, light in sound form. So that infinite sparked up that creation. That I am being here is you getting in touch, because first I am. Before anything, I am looking at a candle as well as a fire in the background. But first, before anything that I say, I am. How can you explain that more deeper? I am. So all the whats I talk about is it's just what I am. So there's an I am. Okay. That's maybe I can use that as my connection, my source connection point for that same being that came into my mother's fetus and gave that spark of the infinite to begin the heart and all those scientific processes of the cells splitting, or it's not scientific because that's a way of experience, in this infinite spark that came in and had this finite experience with the sense of separation, sense of this linear time, sense of getting on the time train and sitting back, going to work, going to a beach, going anywhere, still exchanging that Roman numeral time, or that time that was given to us. There was an I am the whole time. So you can bring this now moment as the stopper of that train. And I realize I speak possibly in circles to some, possibly in straight lines to others, possibly anything you're thinking right now. Yeah, possibly. I can speak that way. But I'm trying to bring you to a point of infinite self appreciation, knowing that your awareness is pretty much everything that you're responsible for, because of being aware, and you're ignorant even though you're aware. You had that responsibility, and you chose the unawareness, or chose to be ignorant. So here I choose to be just my authentic self. I know that the show started a little later, but we still have a lot of time.
Can you
of no time.
bring up about voice technology and how you are incorporating healing into music? Oh, also I wanted to cover if it's hard for you to reach me, it's because I've been going through a whole bunch of stuff, changing scheduling, and people helping with scheduling has been a little rough. Some people have been not able to get a hold of me, so just keep at it. I'll totally get to you, new employees, all that. So sorry about the whole thing going on with being hard to reach me. We also, so with Jaypee, I know you're not feeling good, and I'm sorry that's going on. I'm going to tune into a little bit of the stuff that you got going on so we can resolve some of it. Totally get a Kalima board, do some Kalima work, because that'll clear out 98% of the problems and give you a whole bunch more energy, because right now, 50% of your energy is going towards quarantining your gut of any negative things that are anchored in there from many years ago. I recommend at least 7 days in a row of doing that till, some people experience the black liquid or a rope of, feces that's, petrified, and it's on the walls of the intestines, and it's really hard to get rid of, so you gotta, keep at it until you clear it. Take some soups, smoothies, ginger tea before you do it. We'll have a show about it later, more in depth. But totally get one of those, and that'll help a lot. Your heart, and you, your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys, small and large intestines, totally needs some clearing. It's got a lot of toxins. Then your heart, one, you got 5 versions of yourself bleeding over that need to be audited and cut cords from, because they don't need to be connected to you, and they're using the gut and some negative programs in your heart centered, having to do with your waters of the pericardium, but mostly your hologram. So start auditing your hologram, every negative connection into it. That means every entanglement with reality rules of other beings that you've interacted with in your entire life, their belief systems, what they got going on, their attachments, targeting. That is hurting your heart quite a bit and start cutting all the cords backward and forward in all people and disentangling it so that you go into the self and have a clear, getting a clearer and clearer hologram of light that is yours with only your reality rules. You don't have to agree to other people's, but they will constantly be projected onto us like rules of a game, and it takes a while to heal all of them. So maybe it'll take weeks, but you will have intuitions on some of the worst ones that are being projected onto you, so you can focus in on that specifically, and then doing that with the detoxing and the klima and emotionally activating your heart so that you're clearing the negative programs in the waters of your heart will do a tremendous lot. Also, if you can oxygenate your blood with like ozone or something, that will help a lot too, with any of the heart palpitations. And it's mostly coming internally, so things are trying to anchor into you in your body and get past your shields and keep a constant projection. The amount of targeting goes up when you go to sleep. So you can also have like a little ceremony or ritual of rules that you've set forth for when you're dreaming so that negative programs aren't projected onto you. You can recall your dreaming bodies. You can see what's going on in all the back doors. To get rid of any self-defeating programs that are building up when you're sleeping, and define that before you go to sleep so that because like right now you're in targeted mode, so you're not going to be putting much of any positive programs in your dreaming body when you're asleep. So just audit and quarantine the whole thing. If anything comes up in programming, you can be very suspicious on what's doing it and what's stealing your authority to do it, such as the things in your gut, which will interact with your dreaming body, and then they'll build up and try to go throughout the rest of your body to limit it and cause pain or other things or fatigue or keep stealing your energy and authority. So totally get that klima. While we're on the island, there was so much we did. We went swimming with turtles. That was fucking awesome. We connected to a bunch of different beings with the island and inner Earth, mostly insectoids. There's a whole bunch of insectoids there. There's a whole bunch of different bird species. The culture is rich. Bayesian is a interesting language and style and personality. The food there was awesome. It was very spicy too. The ocean, beautiful, very clear, coral everywhere, stacked up, lots of pirate stuff, a lot of resolution of karma when we got there, and connecting to other lives and water elementals that I had interacted with before in other lives, and they came back to me, and I remembered my love for the ocean. And when if like had a life where I went overboard and was swept into the sea by a storm, and where others drowned, I somehow survived, and after that I was in love with the ocean and was deeply gracious for it keeping me alive, and a greater mystery school into that and the different collective consciousnesses of each body of water that you connect to, and dreams and memory. And we went through these mystery schools of visualization, internal self-healing, and dream activation. A lot of intuition started coming back. Lizards all over the place. There are mongooses that were brought there by some Indian population, and they took care of a lot of snakes, but there are lizards. we had a bunch of inner earth groups becoming aware of us at that time as we were interacting more with the island, and we had them coming to us in visualizations. There some more mystical species too that we became aware of. We interacted with the totems of the island and what can be gained by the different species there, and achieved for greater abundance and spiritual growth and enrichment to the life that we had. And it was a really good adventure. I bonded with everyone.
Literally.
Yeah. My name is Bond. And yeah, we're totally gonna go back and do more piratey stuff. So what would you say in intuition that you could bring to the table in making a voice technology and sound, and how somebody could aliven that more and more in themselves and unblock, what do you intuit are blockages that many people have, that they could, when they become an awareness of it, start freeing themselves from those blockages and then bring more of their voice to the people, themselves, their own internal healing, a greater technology, until the point where the voice and sound are at its peak in manifestation, oracleship, manifesting, healing, all kinds of stuff.
I feel that you would be at your peak when you can get sensual. Get actually sensually with the sound, meaning get really close to that sound that you're making in the moment. Maybe you tone, maybe you just sing, maybe you meditate and hear music. I feel for your question or your spark of that train or stream, I would feel anything dealing with sensing that you would like to, if you have some sort of blockage, try to sit with that sense and get sensual with it. Like if you're looking to open communication to receive audio from beings, maybe you want to talk to a tree or hear your guides. Whenever you have the intention, you're holding that, and it's like your crown chakra is putting out that sort of tuner to tune into the same space as those guides, whatever you're intending. You're putting that out there. So once you're already holding that intention of, I'm going to connect with my guides right now, I'm going to call in my guides, all those unseen guardian spirits and spirit guides, any gifted beings who are here in peace on my journey as I am peace with you. I'm going to call them in and see and listen what they would like to fill in this space, or exchange, how they would like to exchange energy. And I'm going to open my sense is to hearing. So, and you can even have that intention, and maybe you're playing a drum, maybe you're playing an instrument, maybe you're just listening outside and you can hear the trees or birds, the sounds of nature. Put that intention out there to connect to your guides in that way, and then just listen and hear as you're here of that space you provided for it, particular space, because you gave the intention with it. And you're saying, I'm going to be listening more sensually. I'm going to be getting close with that bird's noise. What is he saying? What is the bird sharing? what song line is that? Is that a song? What is it about? What do I feel? What do I feel? And some may say, how do you get sensual with something? Well, it's pretty much how you feel about it. So you hear a bird and it brings you back to hearing it or being at some other place. And you go into the feeling that you're feeling wherever it's bringing you. Go into that more and be one with it without being in competition with that, without bringing distortions or any tricksters, spirits, or disharmony. You don't hear that, you hear what you're feeling, and you're going into it more and getting sensual with that feeling and sensing it closer and allowing it to be. The biggest things in life is allowance and acceptance and your will. Your will has to have the allowance of what is and acceptance of that responsibility of your awareness in order to have your will flowing as purely as you will to live. Any sort of, let's say I want to have this strong connection with my spirit guides I was speaking about. I'm going to send that acceptance of, I can't hear them right now in this certain way that I want to hear them. And that's bringing me to that intention holding of opening up and getting sensual to actually open a connection so that they have a stream point. Because I'm getting really close and I'm accepting that I want this. It's okay it didn't work in the past. I'm talking about right now. And allowance. I allow anything to come. Maybe it can come in a different way that you never thought would be possible, of them showing you that, yeah, I'm right here. I'm your spirit guides. I've been with you. I love you. I see the way you love, and that's the reason I've been with you your whole life. And you have angels as well, and here for them. Here for anything that you wish to bring into your life. Hear it sensually. Play the drum like you're playing your heart, like without even, you don't even know how you're playing your heart, but that's your constant instrument, which you send all those waters of life, or that blood which houses you throughout your whole body. You're always bumping that, beating that drum, that heartbeat. Your ears are always having the drum, hearing the vibrations vibrated, and you have a sense, and it gives you a feeling, and you can get sensual with the sound. And some people hear a whole story connected to this song, while someone else is just hearing something else. They don't like the certain BPM, or they don't like the beats, or they don't really care about the song. It's background music, or it's like at a bar music, or whatever. You can get sensual because you provide space. And you can bring that space with you wherever you are. So those are the first things. Just allowance and acceptance, and then intention holding and allowing that to be sent to the universe.
So Ryne is breaking new ground with, well, it's kind of old ground, but like, it's new because we forgot. And there's barely anyone doing it publicly. But like, the oracle ship of music and the sound body, which is like a ping pong ball effect of energy that comes off your body and then bounces off some things in the room and brings back information to you. Combining that with the sensual body, which includes all your clairaudience, clairvoyance, the nose, all the senses in an amplified way that can be seen as a technology that can be combined with other types of sensing. So sound and sense, so that you can read more into the information that's carried in the way of modulations of either the voice or instruments, and be able to tell and download and become aware of whole new experiences and bring them into this now moment to be shared in linguistic wave genetics. And download into the listener through their filtering process. So we're going into a lot of that we've been visiting whole new sacred types of places that the land has been allowing us to see. Not all of it we can talk about, and some would be devalued if others became aware of it as our own valuable experience. So we've been visiting what I'm allowed to talk about, places of power, that when you go to, you bring the essence of that land to your being that you can draw upon at any moment, and it continuously updates every day as you have a growing relationship with that place of land, that connection, that stream of energy with the earth and the territory that it holds. Again, I am having some issues with some, past employees and some other stuff. So if you want to get a hold of me, either contact me on Facebook, or if you want to get really a hold of me fast, you can contact Kathy Eichman on Facebook, or her Kathryneichman, Kathy Eichman at gmail.com, my secretary, or KJ Scoops, which has been working with us for a while. So either way, you can get a hold of me faster. And I am not trying to people have been complaining because some messages have been buried and some weird stuff have been going on. I don't want to take your money and scam you or anything, so just message me more and more in different platforms. As soon as I find out about you, I'll totally want to remedy anything, and may even get a free session out of it. So, sorry for the inconvenience, and yes, let us continue this journey together. And I'm also at silvercordss.com. You can email at the info@silvercordss.com there too. And we'll love to help you in any way you can, and we can scan you for anything that's blocking you, expand upon your abilities, and also donate to radio. And Jaypee needs your help for sure, and we'll expand the show for greater awarenesses in the future. Thank you. Share, like, and subscribe, etc. Thank you.